So, I want to show some social engineering and what I call megatrending, uh, that is instigated by paid blogging. As we can see, we are on the Hootsuite site. Hootsuite is an app that allows you to create content and time it to be posted at certain times ahead. So you could make 5 posts and get it to be shared to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so on, and time your posts, schedule your posts. And the Hootsuite has also a blog, and this particular blog post is called the Facebook Pixel. What is it and how to use it? So actually it reveals hardly any of the nasty parts of the Facebook Pixel, what's really in it, because people think a pixel is one little dot. Sorry, one little dot on the screen of your computer or your TV. That's a pixel of light, 1 square pixel, and or megapixel. It's 1,000 pixels, yeah, 1,000th of a pixel is it? And so, if you're using Facebook ads, you plan to use them in the future, there's one key tool you should start using right away. The Facebook Pixel will help you get the most out of your social ad budget. Well, I've done lots of Facebook ad campaigns, and I'll tell you they don't work and the stats are fake, but that's a different story. And so this is a paid blog post, basically, and it uses the power of information, the human brain, since evolution began, since even before we came down from the trees, if that alleged theory is true. Information that we absorb, be it sonic, olfactory, taste, or visual, or even imaginary visual, or abstract thoughts, any information which we absorb actually influences and conditions us. And in the age of the internet, the power of information and disinformation and fake news cause megatrending, caused by fake news which is disseminated through paid blogging using macro and micro influencers. Now, what does macro and micro influencers mean? It means that a macro influencer is Hootsuite. They will have got a lot of money from Facebook to write this article, yeah, because the Facebook pixel code and the micro influencer are smaller bloggers who write less visited blogs or who attract different niche audiences and can influence in small ways, but actually is found to be almost as effective, if not more effective, than macro influencers, because they're more believable individuals rather than things like Hootsuite. So if an individual says it and recommends it, people are more likely to actually click or believe and use that than if some company like Hootsuite says it. So if a micro influencer agrees with the macro influencer, then you have a double strengthening of the false belief that even if you are not using Facebook ads yet, you should install the Facebook Pixel now. It will start collecting data right away so that you don't have to start from scratch when you're ready to create your first Facebook ad. Who says I'm going to create one? Yeah, yeah. The Facebook Pixel allows you to see how people interact with your website after viewing your Facebook ad. Yeah, but it also allows Facebook to look at how people interact with my website before I've even made a Facebook account or a Facebook ad and just joined Facebook developers. And Facebook, whether I make ads or not, if their pixel is on my website, it tracks customers across their devices. It lets people see about my ads, but it doesn't. This is what the lie is here. lets me see if people tend to see my ads on mobile but switch to a desktop before buying, or maybe it's the other way around. It lets you see much more than that. But if that is accurate stats information on your developer screen, on your ads manager screen, sorry, uh, it's artificial intelligence generated. And if you put the Facebook pixel in your shopping cart of your online shop, for example, any bot, and believe me, there are lots of denial of service attacks, there are lots of sniffers, hacking attacks. I get about 4,000 hacking attacks on every website I own every single day. And many of them are just bots and search bots, and they sniff everything on the website right up to the checkout counter, the checkout page. And so bots arriving on the checkout page, the Facebook pixel cannot distinguish or differentiate if it's a bot or if it's a human. And so when you pay for an ad and you see 600 people arrived to your checkout, but you didn't make any more sales than you did the month before, and you wondered, how come I didn't make any more money even though I got 600 people to come from Facebook to my checkout page, but they never checked out? It's because they were all bots, not people, yeah? But apart from that, the real people, where they go, what pages they go, how long they stay on, if they click on an ad, if they don't click on an ad on your website, how they're scrolling, what they're mousing over, what browser they're using, what country they're in, sometimes even their identity. Even if they don't have a Facebook account, people who go to a website that has a Facebook pixel on it and a Facebook share button is already giving Facebook information about their own behavior, and they want to know about everybody's behavior on everybody else's websites, whether those websites have a Facebook page or a Facebook presence or not, and they want to know about everybody who visits the websites that are not Facebook. So they want to know about all of the visitors of all of the other websites in the world, by getting all of the other websites in the world to put the Facebook pixel on their website, telling them it's good to use for advertising to target ads more accurately, which will be true to an extent. But if you saw the Facebook pixel, it's not a pixel, it's a file of code. It's thousands of lines of code, if not tens of thousands of lines of code, but definitely thousands of lines of code. If not tens, it will be tens of thousands of lines of code. And it will be looking at things that you would not believe. It will be looking at the contacts on the computer of the person who's visiting the website that has a Facebook pixel on it. And they've paid Hootsuite to write this so that everybody believes they should, as said here, that even if you're not using Facebook ads yet, you should install the Facebook pixel now. Why? So Facebook can spy on everybody's visitors. And that's called a megatrend because everybody believes this is true and that it's good. Just as it's a megatrend that it was written by macro and micro influencers that using Instagram is good for business, whereas actually it's only good for photographers or for brand name businesses to create brand name presence awareness. But it's not good to make sales unless you pay them for an advert, which is going to cost you more than any profits you'll make from the sales you get from the adverts. I found that out too. I once made an advert for a tattoo shop and targeted people within 3 kilometers of my shop, and I spent $300 targeting I don't know how many thousand people who liked tattoos within 5 kilometers of my shop, which was the only tattoo shop within 20 kilometers. And I got one person came in the shop from it, and he got a $50 tattoo. So I made a $250 loss on the advert. So here's just a few ways a pixel could help improve your Facebook marketing results. Yeah, spend more money. That is going to take you through a lot of rubbish that ends up with you believing it and spending more money because you believe it. Yeah, and this is very informative about the Pixel. I would recommend it. You go to blog.hootsuite.com/Facebook-pixel. Yeah, you can see it here. So you go there and you can read it yourself. But if you Google or even DuckDuckGo the scandal about the Facebook Pixel, yeah, this is the Pixel code that you see, but here you see this ID of this source of this Facebook.com TR, yeah, that's another script, and it's a script you will never see, and that is the real Facebook Pixel, because they don't want you to see how much you are just spying on people. They are spying on people, yeah. So there you go. It's not about the Facebook Pixel. It's about macro influencing and micro influencing through paid blogging, which creates a worldwide false belief that something is good or should be used, just so a company can promote the use of its platform, which is how Facebook got where it was, and Instagram, and many, many other websites. And it's fake news. Yeah, it's the dissemination of fake news to create false beliefs, which in turn creates a megatrend. And that is megatrending, and the use of disinformation or fake news, if you like, yeah, using how people absorb information, the human brain, and how it assumes and accepts, and how to disseminate it through macro influences and micro influences, and how we should not follow these megatrends blindly and just believe them blindly. We should question them and test them and see if they really do work as stated or not. And I can tell you the conclusion you will get to many of these, including the Facebook Pixel, is that it is not good to implement. It is better to stay away and spend your money better on more stock or on advertising in different ways. And the next one I'm going to do for the Webmaster channel is how to advertise and reach lots of people for free on Facebook. Yeah, and on YouTube, perhaps I will put it in the same one, that why it's better not to advertise on YouTube to make paid placements, rather to make niche content that does not exist with the competitors on YouTube, so that YouTube will show it as recommended content for you without you paying them to interested viewers, because they don't have any other alternative content to show of that particular niche. That's how to get your stuff on YouTube put on the first page as you may be interested in, and on Facebook too. Yeah, there's a clue to the next videocast vlog. That's a John Spencer for my Webmaster channel, talking about fake news, disinformation, paid blogging, macro influencing, micro influencing, and mega trending, and how most of it is a crock of bovine feces, and that the real way to webmaster and master the web successfully and make money online is to take no notice of all of that and never pay for advertising and never pay for any services, and learn how to do it all yourself, because you can. I did. I started learning at the age of 30 plus, nearly 40. I'm now 54, and I'm very successful at what I do, and I'm advancing all the time. And by the time 10 years have passed, I will be writing quantum computing algorithms. I'm much further than doing e-commerce, online, blogging, and writing ebooks and self-publishing, and publishing my own music, and monetizing my content with various things such as AdSense and YouTube earnings and so on, and Shutterstock photographic and video material which I make and sell. There's lots of ways to make money online. So, Ajahn Spencer for the Webmaster channel, signing off.